Music should be made by humans always, 100% of the time. That includes the vocals, the melody, the production, all of that. Humans. That's what I have to say. Also, my cats are making noises in the background. People might wonder, okay, so how am I supposed to write a song? Well, okay, so in 1999, I started writing songs. I was really, really young. I was going from 8th grade to 9th grade. And at that time, I did like a lot of pop artists. Now I'm more into alternative and new wave and all that. But I did have a classic rock phase too. But I at first thought it was just writing down words and then attaching a melody to it later. Like, okay, I wrote down the song. This is going to be the chorus, and I'm going to repeat that part, and then I'll later like go through it and figure out what the melody is. That is actually the hard way to do it. It can be done, but it's actually probably going to give you a weaker melody overall, compared to just creating the melody while you're creating the words. I've done it where I wrote a song with lyrics and I liked the melody. You know, I made it, like I created the song with those words and that melody in mind. And then later I looked at the words and I didn't like the lyrics at all. I was 18 when I wrote them. So when I was in my 20s, I looked back and I just rewrote the whole thing based off of the same melody because I liked the melody. I just didn't like the lyrics very much. But it's easier to create a good song with a strong melody if you create the melody at the same time as the lyrics or before the lyrics. So that's something that people don't seem to do very often, and I think that's why a lot of songs have weak melodies. I mean, you can hum something randomly. You can start singing random words and then change them later, but just sing something like, and you have to feel something. So songs are based off of feelings. Rarely are they just straight logical things or thoughts. There's got to be a feeling there. Like what makes you impulsively write a song is a feeling. So you don't force yourself to write a song. If you're trying to force yourself to write something, it's probably going to be weaker lyrics than if you're just writing it naturally. So when you write a song, you have to feel something first. It's almost like an impulsive, like when you want to go suddenly, buy a certain food because you're hungry. Like it has that kind of feeling to it where you just have to like get out those feelings and put them on paper. That's when you write a song. And when you do that, if you think of different melodies while you come up with those lyrics, or you start humming something because you just feel something, that will give you a better melody and better lyrics, in my opinion. Also, now there's also another way to make song, which is with an instrument. So let's say you play certain chords and say, oh, I like this chord progression, these 5 chords, I'm going to play them, and then I'm going to sing on top of that. That also works, but sometimes that can come out really well because the chord progression was really good at kind of getting that melody out. But sometimes if it's a chord progression that's not so great, sometimes it could sound a little bit boring. So it depends. But that's another way. So you could, let's say, play the guitar or piano and then sing to it. I like humming a lot. I'll hum intros and solos while I'm singing. So I might be singing a song, and the way I develop a lot of solos and intros come out of singing the song over and over. So let's say I already figured out the lyrics and the melody, but I kind of want some extra. So I don't want to just have a chorus and that be the hook. I don't believe in that. So the verse should be just as catchy as the chorus. The bridge should just be as catchy as the chorus. Maybe there's a part before the chorus. Maybe there's a part after the chorus. Maybe there's something that's not even a chorus, but it repeats and it's just kind of like in between things. There's different ways to structure a song. So it's not just like the typical verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, 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 chorus. And I mean, I really discourage repeating too much. There's a few things that I listen to on generic pop when I have to listen to generic pop, and it's the thing that really bugs me is the repeating noises and the repeating choruses, or just like a lack of, I guess, melodic movement is what you would call it. Sometimes things change, but they don't really go anywhere. And so you want to go somewhere with it. And when you sing, you don't want to just sing at the same level the whole time. It should go up and down. It should have emphasis on certain words. There's so much to it. But let's say, so if you're trying to create a solo for the, I think of guitar solos a lot, or piano. But if you're trying to create a solo, usually that comes out of the melody of the song. So it might sound very similar to a verse or chorus, and you kind of just sing the song over and over again, and then just start humming, like randomly, just start humming, and feel out what did I like what I just hummed. If you want to capture it, you can record on your phone, and then just listen to it over again and say, okay, what part did I like out of this? What part I did I not like? And then put those pieces together and record it again on your phone, and then this is what I think the good parts were, and this is how they could connect. And then suddenly you have a solo. So you can use your phone recordings or computer recordings to help you create the melody. That's how you do it. So you don't just, sit there and let something generate your melody, or let something generate your vocals. If you don't like your singing voice, get a singer to sing it. It's just, that's the logical thing to do. If you do think your singing voice is okay and you want to make it sound better, then use effects, use some reverb or something. But it really shouldn't be where people are faking singing, or faking making a melody, or faking writing lyrics, or maybe they just input some stuff that they were writing and then it polishes up the words. That's not how you write a song. It's not okay. It's unethical. I'm not okay with it. And I don't respect people who fake being a musician and fake being a songwriter. And I hope that everybody supports real musicians who write real songs themselves as humans, and they sing their songs as humans, and they don't generate any of that stuff. They don't generate the melody. They create the melody themselves, or have someone else create it, and it's a collaboration. But either way, it should be a human doing it. And like maybe you have sound effects that are technically done by your digital audio workstation, and it's not made by a human directly, but it's still not the same as faking a voice, because a voice is a human element. A melody is a human element. A vocal layer is a human element. Harmonies are like a human element. If you take away all those human elements, then you just get something completely empty. And empty is not okay. So that's my opinion, and I really hope that if you find out that someone is generating their music in any way, that means the lyrics, the melody, the vocals, production, that you do not support them, and that you support real artists. That includes independent artists that create their own songs, create their own melodies, or that they have someone else do that really well and then they sing them, or but where there's a human. I mean, I shouldn't even be explaining this, because a few years ago this problem didn't exist. I don't want this to be the thing that destroys music, because I feel like music is slowly being destroyed. It started with people doing things like talking instead of singing, and that was fine if it's, they're expressing themselves. To me, that's more like poetry. But it started getting to the point where people are just not even singing at all. They're like whispering. And then people got lazier. And yeah, I do electronic music, so I get the laziness of it. But it's not really, it's more just time management, because I can't sit there and play every single instrument. Like, I could learn how to play the drums one day, but I don't have the best timing. I prefer drums that are electronic for me, because I'm producing it myself and I don't have the greatest timing. I can bang on a trash can, but I don't think I can play a full set of drums very well. I've never really tried, just an electronic one. But I mean, a drum is rhythmic, so it's to me, the drums are not as much of a human element. Although yes, a real drum set would probably be better, probably sound better, have more emphasis, but you can do things similar to that in your digital audio workstation when you're producing it. You can emphasize certain things, change the notes. You can do different things with it. So it's not, you're composing the drums, so you're able to modify it and make it sound more real. But I mean, it's still the same thought process, but I mean, obviously it's not based off of muscle memory or anything like that. So I guess the point is, yeah, support real musicians and don't support fakers.